Supraglottic airway devices are a group of airway devices that can be inserted into the pharynx to allow ventilation and oxygenation without the need for intubation. It is placed above the glottic opening and thus it fills the niche between the face mark and the tracheal tube. Different types of supraglottic airway devices are the classic LMA, Procel LMA, flexible LMA, Supreme LMA, the iGel, intubating LMA, and many more such are available in the market. A Procel laryngeal mask airway is an advanced second-generation supraglottic airway device which allows ventilation at much higher airway pressures. It protects the lungs from aspiration and the stomach from gastric insufflation as it facilitates the passage of a gastric tube through a gastric drain tube which runs parallel to the airway tube and opens at the tip. It has a built-in bite block. There is a ventral and a dorsal cuff which improves the seal in the pharynx. There is an inflation device with a pilot balloon and a plug. It comes with a silicone kit coated malleable metal introducer. Most of the supraglottic airway devices are available in pediatric sizes too, and despite the fact that children's airway differs anatomically from that of the adult, pediatric size LMAs perform remarkably well. LMA selection is done based on the patient's body weight, and depending upon the size of the LMA, there are recommended maximum cuff inflation volumes. Next case is of a Procel LMA insertion in a 3-year-old child for a short procedure under general anesthesia. For preparation of the LMA, choose the appropriate size sterilized LMA. With proper sterilization and handling, each LMA can be used up to 40 times. Visually, inspect the LMA and check the cuff inflation line. Inflate the cuff to the recommended volume and check for its intactness. Always use water-soluble jelly for lubrication and not the lidocaine jelly as it may delay the return of protective reflexes. Apply the jelly on the dorsal cuff and spread it evenly on the ventral side as well. Avoid too much jelly on the ventral side as it may block the laryngeal inlet. Insert small volume of jelly in the gastric drain tube inlet and insert the correct size infant feeding tube. The tip of the infant feeding tube should be just out of the gastric drain outlet at the cuff. Now, place the metal introducer tip into the locating strap at the rear of the cuff. Fold the tubes around the convex surface of the plate and fit the tubes in the matching slots of the introducer. Most of us prefer to inflate the cuff just a little to smoothen out the edges on the cuff as it helps in its smooth placement. Now, the Procel LMA is ready for its use. The child was pre-oxygenated, IV access is secured, monitors attached, IV induction agent is given, and after confirming mask ventilation, the IV muscle relaxant was given. Other option is to insert the LMA immediately after IV induction agent without the muscle relaxant. But make sure that the patient is adequately deep to avoid coughing, breath holding, or laryngospasm. Stand at the head end of the patient and position the child's head in sniffing position. Although sniffing position is ideal as an intubation, the advantage of LMA is that it can be inserted with minimal head and neck manipulation. Hold the LMA with the LMA aperture facing towards the patient's chin. Assistant may provide jaw thrust. Open the mouth with the other hand and in one fluid movement insert the LMA first against the hard palate and then slide it down into the pharynx. Gentle rotation often helps in insertion. Stop if you feel any resistance. Smooth forward movement of the feeding tube in the gastric drain tube confirms the proper placement of the LMA. The metal introducer can now be gently removed along the curvature of the LMA. Now inflate the LMA cuff with the recommended volume as printed on the LMA. Make sure the cuff pressure is less than 60 cm of water. LMA may often rise on cuff inflation, which helps in its correct positioning in the pharynx. Once inserted, hold the LMA in place till it is secured with tapes as it tends to dislocate easily in children. The bite block should be at the level of the teeth. Connect the circuit and confirm its placement with EtCO2 waveform, bilateral chest rise, and bilateral breath sounds. Correctly placed LMA forms a leak-free seal against the glottis with the mask tip wedged against the upper esophageal sphincter. Confirm good tidal volume ventilation with normal airway pressure. Check the vital parameters. Adhesive tapes hold the LMA in place and prevent rotation or accidental dislodgement of the LMA. Once the procedure is over and the patient's protective reflexes are restored, LMA can be removed. Suction secretions from the mouth and throat, suction out the infant feeding tube with a syringe and then slide out the LMA. Some people recommend cuff deflation before removal, but that may cause secretions to fall back into the larynx. Hence, I prefer to remove the LMA without cuff deflation. Monitor the vitals and oxygen saturation. The advantages of LMA are it is easy to insert, it maintains hemodynamic stability during both insertion and removal, and is well tolerated. The limitations are the smallest size available is number 1, which is recommended for 2000 gram baby. However, it has been successfully used in 1500 gram babies as well. It cannot be used in limited mouth opening, where there is a local pathology in either pharynx or larynx, and in patients with poor lung compliance. With high ventilation pressure, there may be a leak in the C. And not many reports describe the use of LMA during chest compressions, but it is reasonable to do so if necessary.